Procrastination is not laziness. It is not a character flaw. And it is not primarily a time management problem. Research published in Psychological Bulletin reviewed over 200 studies and concluded that procrastination is fundamentally an emotion regulation failure, a neurological strategy for avoiding the discomfort associated with a task at the cost of long-term consequences. The procrastinator's brain is not broken. It's prioritizing short-term relief over long-term outcome. That's fixable once you understand the mechanism. The neuroscience is specific. When a procrastinator encounters a task that produces anxiety, boredom, frustration, or self-doubt, the amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, activates and hijacks executive function. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for long-term planning and task initiation, gets overridden. The result is behavioral avoidance. In this video, we are going to see exactly what happens in the procrastinating brain, what research-based strategies interrupt that pattern, and why common advice like just do it fails neurologically. The procrastination research is surprisingly rich. Pycyl's ecological momentary assessment studies captured real-time emotion and procrastination data over multiple days, identifying the emotional triggers with precision. Steele's meta-analysis synthesized the behavioral economics model of procrastination. Sirois documented the role of self-compassion in breaking the procrastination cycle. And Hershfield's future self research revealed why our brains treat the future self as a stranger, a key cognitive distortion driving delay. The most damaging myth about procrastination is that it reflects poor work ethic or low intelligence. Research shows the opposite pattern. Highly intelligent people with high standards are among the most frequent procrastinators. Perfectionism, the fear that the output won't be good enough, is one of the strongest predictors of chronic procrastination. The higher the standards, the larger the threat the task represents to self-concept, and the stronger the avoidance drive. The temporal discounting mechanism is one of the most important and underappreciated drivers of procrastination. Research shows the human brain discounts future rewards exponentially with time distance, a concept from behavioral economics. A reward that is immediate feels 2 to 3 times more valuable than an identical reward 1 week away. This is why the immediate relief of avoiding a task consistently wins over the future benefit of completing it. Your brain is not valuing them equally. The future self-disconnection is a scientifically documented phenomenon that explains why people make decisions today that their future self will pay for. Hershfield's brain imaging research showed that when people think about their future selves, the neural activation pattern looks similar to thinking about a stranger, not about themselves. This neural disconnection from the future self means the procrastinator's brain isn't leaving the task for me later, it's leaving it for someone else. The Steele 2007 Psychological Bulletin meta-analysis synthesized over 200 studies and over 700,000 participants. The review concluded that procrastination is best understood through the temporal motivation theory, a formula combining task value, the probability of success, the time until deadline, and impulsivity. Critically, the research showed that environmental and behavioral interventions that address these variables are far more effective than motivational interventions like pep talks or willpower exercises. Implementation intentions, the specific when, where, how plan for starting a task, have been consistently shown to dramatically increase task initiation rates. A meta-analysis on implementation intentions found they increased follow-through by an average of 42% compared to motivation-only conditions. The mechanism involves preloading the decision in a specific situation, so when that cue occurs, the behavior is automatic rather than requiring a fresh decision under emotional pressure. Self-compassion is one of the most counterintuitive and research-supported interventions for chronic procrastination. Sirois and colleagues found that self-criticism after a procrastination episode amplifies the next episode by increasing shame and task aversion. Self-compassion, acknowledging the difficulty without self-judgment, breaks the shame-avoidance spiral. Studies show self-compassion after procrastination predicts faster return to the task and lower procrastination frequency in subsequent weeks. The neuroscience has identified 4 specific categories of effective anti-procrastination interventions. Each targets a different part of the neurological mechanism. Together, they form a comprehensive approach that goes beyond just start and actually addresses the emotional, cognitive, and environmental drivers. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood. Studies find these effects are measurable and reproducible across independent research groups. The neuroscience-based anti-procrastination framework has 3 stages: recognize, reduce, and redirect. Recognize means identifying the specific emotion driving avoidance, not I should work, but I'm anxious about this task because I'm afraid it won't be good enough. Reduce means shrinking the task to its smallest possible starting point. And redirect means using environmental design, removing escape routes and creating situation behavior links to make starting the default, not the effortful choice. The change timeline for procrastination reduction is compressed compared to many lifestyle interventions because the mechanisms are behavioral and cognitive rather than physiological. Implementation intentions produce measurable changes in task initiation from the first week of use. The shame spiral reduction from self-compassion shows up within 1 to 2 weeks of consistent practice. Environmental design changes take effect immediately. They're structural, not motivational. The fastest results come from changing the environment, not changing your attitude. Here is the practical daily protocol based on procrastination neuroscience. Before your work session, write a single implementation intention. When I sit at my desk at 9 a.m., I will open my task and work for 25 minutes. Remove your phone from sight, not silent, removed. Set a timer for 25 minutes and commit only to starting, not finishing. The specific intervention depends on what type of procrastination you most frequently experience. If your procrastination is driven primarily by perfectionism and fear of failure, cognitive restructuring and progress-based goals are your highest priority. If it's driven primarily by task overwhelm and confusion about where to start, task deconstruction and implementation intentions are most effective. If it's driven by impulsivity and environmental distractions, environmental design, removing the distraction infrastructure, produces the fastest change. Procrastination is not a character flaw and it cannot be fixed by willpower. It is an emotion regulation failure driven by temporal discounting, amygdala overactivation, and future self-disconnection, all of which are neurologically documented and behaviorally addressable. Implementation intentions increase follow-through by 42%. Self-compassion breaks the shame spiral. Task deconstruction lowers the threat threshold. Environmental design makes avoidance harder. None of these require motivation. They require structure. The brain that procrastinates is not broken. It's doing exactly what a human brain does when faced with emotional discomfort, avoiding it. The research has mapped this completely, and it has given us tools that work with that neurology rather than demanding the impossible. Sustained willpower against a biologically wired impulse. Research shows this pattern is more consistent across populations than previously understood.